All right. Let's see if the audio's coming through. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Avery's here. Let me bring him in real quick. Oh, wait a minute. Let me fix this. I already see a problem. Output should be USB, and we're good to go. All right.
Yeah,
Hey.
testes. 1, 2, 3.
What's shaking, bacon?
What's up? You're live already.
I know.
You have
and
no chill.
And I'm actually somewhat on time.
No, you're late.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're 4 minutes late.
Technically, I started 4 minutes ago. There's a 4-minute delay.
No, you didn't. I just got the email. I was already sitting at my computer.
I started live streaming before I sent the. I'm just kidding. You're right. I was running late. But I am here. Here, you want to hear the funny? You want to hear the crazy thing? This is the first live stream I've done on a Saturday at 8:00 in like 5 weeks.
Has it been that long?
Well, last week it was the surprise birthday party I didn't know about. The week before it was the parents' anniversary party. The week before that it was our cruise. I mean, it's crazy. So, Manuel's here. Let me say hi to him. Manuel says, Google evening, my good friend Drew. Happy Saturday night. Thank you, sir, and welcome to the show. Glenn's here. Glenn says, welcome back. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Today was an interesting day at the store. Not because of scam calls. The scammers have not really been calling on Saturdays and Sundays. I may get 4 or 5 scam calls on Saturday, but generally nobody ever picks up the phone. It's testing calls where they call and just see if somebody answers the phone. And I always answer. So Emmanuel says, welcome back to see you live on Saturday night, Drew. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. Last week was a total befuckleick. I don't know if that's a real word, but what happened was,
you better hope the algorithm doesn't recognize it as one.
I can't wait to see what the subtitles showed.
Because you don't cuss within like your first couple of minutes or something like that on a live stream.
Oh yeah, you think? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't say anything bad.
It won't ban you, but it won't pick up your for the algorithm.
Well, what's so funny about last Saturday is the wife called me like around noon and said, oh, by the way, we've been invited to go out to dinner with members of the family. And I'm like, as long as I'm home by 8:00, which did not happen. And
of course.
I didn't even realize it was for somebody's birthday. So there were details that I did not know about. And had I known about it ahead of time, I would have made other plans. But that never happens in this world. Things get thrown at you all the time. Andy's here. Andy says, well, Drew, I had about 30 today. You didn't have any. I had like 5. While I was at the store, I had 5, but nobody picked up. So I'm sorry you had 30. That is crazy. That gets to be way too much. Manuel says, say hello to your friend Drew, please. Avery. Manuel says hello to you.
Hello.
Oh, and Tim's here. Tim says, good evening from Kentucky. Well, welcome to the show. All right, Kentucky. Very cool. But want to hear a really sad thing? This weekend is my brother-in-law's birthday. And I talked to my sister and I said, please, please, please do not invite me over to your house Saturday night for cake and ice cream. She says, no. We're going to do it on Monday. And I said, good. Monday I am free. Don't do it on Saturday.
Good.
I told my wife, I said, I cannot create a weekly schedule where I live stream at a certain time every week and then abandon everybody for 3 weeks in a row.
No, absolutely you can't. It's unforgivable.
It's unforgivable. It is.
Shame.
And I do apologize to everybody out there.
Shame.
I just rewatched all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones, by the way.
I did too.
And
not that long ago.
And I was actually, and I know a lot of people say they hate how that series ended.
I do.
I was okay with it.
I hated it.
Well, That's because you're a kerfunkel,
I wanted a
curmudgeon.
I wanted a different ending. I wanted Daenerys to mature.
Well,
And what they did is they had her going through this path to where she was maturing.
yeah, but they also
And
had to going through a path where she was going crazy and
they
going
only
to
did
try
that the
to.
7th season. And it was out of character for how she had grown.
Well, I had 3 favorite characters, and all 3 of them made it to the end of the story, and I was happy with how their stories
Yeah.
ended.
How
So,
how I would have ended it, I would have had Daenerys just go home.
yeah, I could see that.
I would been like I wouldn't have killed the second dragon, and she just would have like put Jon on a throne and be like, here's one of the dragons since we're both Targaryens,
Yeah.
and gone home to where she's loved.
Alright,
Because
well,
she saw that she would never be loved like she's used to.
yeah,
She saw that, but she got jealous and acted like a crazy bitch
that happens. Alright,
instead of just going home.
no more Game of Thrones talk.
I'm
We'll
just
talk
saying.
about something else. I know, I know. Fearful Milk's here. Phil from Milk, how's it going, sir? Welcome to the show. Rosemary says, "Hi, Andrew. It's great to see you. Sorry I can't stay due to time difference." Oh, no problem. Thanks for checking in, Rosemary. I appreciate it greatly. Have a good one. Manuel sends a lot of smiley faces. Bill says, oh, hold on a second. Hand pink, waving, face blue, smiling, person turquoise, waving, hello. I know.
Hello.
I know there's emojis, but you guys see how it spells it out on
Yeah.
StreamYards? It's just hilarious to me. Manuel says, Drew, who do you think is the Super Bowl tomorrow, Eagles or Kansas City Chiefs? I'll tell you right now, I don't have a dog in the fight, which means I don't care who wins the Super Bowl. I'm going to watch it because I like watching the commercials and the trailers. But because I have family in Pennsylvania that are diehard Eagles fans, I'm going for the Chiefs. That's pretty sad, but that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes.
Yeah. Just to upset them.
That's right. That's right. Rosemary says thumbs up. Thank you so much. Bill's here. Hey, Bill, how's it going? Says to Manuel, hand pink waving. It's the emoji. I keep doing that. Manuel says, "Good evening, my good friend Drew. Everyone happy Saturday night? Absolutely." Tim says, "I didn't watch any of those series." Oh, really? Sometimes you got to watch something. And I literally, I have it. I when I'm working during the day, I have to pay attention to what I'm doing
Hmm.
sometimes, and I have to have noise. I have to have something in the background. And from time to time, what I'll do is I'll put on a show that I've watched before because I don't have to pay attention to it. I can just listen to it. And Game of Thrones is one of those. I'm currently right now on the second season of The West Wing, which I've watched numerous times, and just having it on in the background,
Hmm.
and knowing. But see, somebody might say, well, why don't you watch more YouTube videos, or why don't you, because if it's something I've never heard, I've got to pay attention to it.
Hmm.
These are things I don't have to pay attention to. I can literally walk out of the room and come back, and I know where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have to pause it. None of that stuff.
You might look up
So,
on your one of your favorite scenes, watch that favorite scene, and then go right back to what you were doing.
right, right. So I have a lot of those type of shows that I've watched before and
Yeah.
I'll rewatch. My wife, she is not a fan of rewatching. If she's seen something before, she doesn't really want to watch it again. But then again, she has a memory like Swiss cheese, so she won't remember that she's already seen it. Matter of fact, we were watching we're watching the last season of The Americans right now, and oh, Kerry Russell, no matter how gorgeous she looked rough in that series by the end of it. We're still in the last season, but oh man,
I've
but
never watched it.
it's good. It's very drama-ishy, but yeah. Well, in the last season, we're watching the last season episodes, and there's a commercial for Wakanda Forever on Disney Plus. Now, my wife and I both went and saw it in the theater, and we both. I wasn't thrilled. I wasn't happy with some of the decisions they made, but we were sitting down and she mentioned something and I said, "Well, that's how the movie ended with this happening and this happening." And she's like, "What?" She's like, no memory of any of the way the movie ended. And she's like, "Oh, I gotta watch it again." I said, "Yeah, you're gonna have to because you don't." There was like pivotal moments, and
Yeah.
she totally complete right over her head. Never even doesn't remember them at all.
Wow.
So now I have to watch it again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was never happy with that movie, and now I'm gonna have to watch it
I
again.
haven't watched it at all.
Well, there's stuff in it that's awesome. There's stuff in it that's cool, but there was a lot of decisions they made that I'm like, "What?"
What?
But, oh well. All right, let me just check in with the chat because we got more things going on here. Fearful Milk says, "I have you in the background finishing up sorting stuff out." Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, you don't know, you never know what we're gonna say. Avery might actually give me a compliment or something, and I'd be so shocked I'd have to end the stream right there and then. You'd never realize it was coming.
When the show started, I was listening to your last video.
Oh, you were? I saw you made a
No,
comment.
not the last one. I was listening to the one. I actually do listen to your video sometimes. I just don't tell you.
Oh, okay. See, I just assumed you never did. So
No, I just
that's why I always joke about
I
it. He
I
doesn't
don't
listen.
I just don't tell you because I don't watch them all. I do actually check them out sometimes.
It's
It,
only one a day and one short a day. I mean, that's it. I mean, I'm not.
yeah, but I got a lot of pew pew videos to watch, and I'm logged. I mostly watch videos on my phone,
Oh, okay.
and
I
on my
gotcha.
phone, most of the time I'm logged into my other account. I have two accounts. One I'm subscribed to all the comic book stuff,
Yeah.
which is this
Yeah.
account.
All
My
right. Well,
other account is all the pew pew stuff.
okay. Well, let me catch back up on the chat.
All right.
Manuel says, "Hey" to Bill. He says, "Happy Saturday night." Um, Casual Shetty is here. Says, "Thank you for educating us with your scammers calls." Well, you're welcome. I try. I try. That's one of my three things that I try to do. Bill says, "Gout is killing me." Oh,
Oh,
dude,
that
I'm
sounds
so
painful.
sorry. I'm
Oh,
so sorry.
they used to call that the rich man's disease.
Hey, what is it? Do you know? Because it's been an issue I've been having recently, and I probably need to mention it to my doctor, not to you.
Uh huh.
But I've been having issues where when you lay down in bed and maybe you lay on your arm and your arm goes numb, goes to
Uh huh.
sleep. I'm having issues where both arms are going numb and I'm laying on one side.
Yeah, you might need to. That's a certain.
So I'm not putting pressure on both arms or both shoulders, but I'm feeling the numbness and tingliness in my
Oh,
hands. And
yeah, that
then
could be a circulation issue.
it's also started when I'm sitting down watching TV and my wife is getting concerned. So
Yes, you need to talk to your doctor. That could be circulation, blood pressure. Like,
actually my blood pressure is doing good. I monitor it 3 times a day and it's been pretty good. It's just it's been bothering me that I'm getting numbness in my hands more often than I used to. So,
are you on metformin?
is that one of the ones I take? I think so. I've heard that can be an issue with your feet,
Yeah.
but I'm not having a problem with my feet. I'm having a problem with my hands. So maybe I need to let one of these scammers send me medicine
Yeah,
because
you
I
need to
need
talk
some.
to your doctor.
Yes, it's on my schedule. I,
Yeah.
I I have another appointment. I will
Don't
be
have
talking.
another fucking stroke, you dummy.
I'm trying really hard not to. All right, let me catch back up on the chat. See what's going on here. Hey, Rosie's here. Hey, Rosie's Cottage. How's it going? Says hello, everybody. Have missed you all. Virtual hugs. Finally managed to stay awake long enough to make it to alive. Yay! I keep nodding off on the sofa. Have even developed talent for sleeping sitting up. I honestly can sleep anywhere in any position. I don't have a problem going to sleep. Um, it drives my wife crazy because she will go hours and hours and hours into the evening trying to get tired enough to go to bed. You guys do see the fat cat behind me, right?
Little.
It's not Betsy. It's the big cat. It's Benji. I don't know what he's attempting to do, but
Probably thinking about knocking some stuff over.
yeah, that's what he's good at. The only thing that's over there is my work computer. So unless he tries to knock that over, he'll be okay. Manuel says, I get calls from scammers over this week. I didn't answer the phone calls. That's good. That's good. See, I honestly don't know if that will stop them from calling if you don't answer. I assume it has to, but I mean, I try to answer every call that comes in, no matter what it says, because you never know. I actually, what's so funny is, you guys may have heard the call that I recently posted, in which I forgot to mention this to my mother-in-law that I did this,
Hmm.
but it was it was the Spectrum call. It was the Spectrum
Yeah,
call.
yeah, that's the one I was listening to.
Right in the middle of it, the home phone rings and I answer it. It actually said Etna in the caller ID. And I'm like, hello, hello, and nobody's there. And my mother-in-law saw that it was Etna, so she picked it up as well. So I'm literally having a conversation with my mother-in-law. She says, "Hey, how's it going?" "Yeah, nobody's there." But I answer every call. And I went ahead and left that in because the fact that when I went back to the scammer, I was like, those damn scammers calling me again. I just had such a fun time with it.
Yeah,
But it was funny in the fact that it came up as Etna. And that could have been a very valid call because
yeah,
there are
yeah,
people in this house that have Aetna insurance.
and they can make that
But
thing say whatever they want.
I know, it's a shame. But then nobody was there. Nobody said
Yeah,
anything. So, oh well. Tim says his favorite series was The Sopranos. Yep, I've seen
yeah.
that 3 or 4 times from start to finish. So,
I've never watched it all the way through. I was in the midst of that when I started watching some other stuff.
you know what's so funny? Do you remember several years ago I did a comic project for a company that had like a kid-friendly series, and it was called Glom World, and I did art for the first book, the backup stories for issues like 2, 3, and then I did a big section of issue 4.
Yeah,
The entire time I was working on that kid-friendly series, I was watching The Sopranos. It
that's funny.
didn't make a difference on anything. It's just
Yeah,
I always thought it was funny in the fact that while I was doing this kid-friendly project, I was watching The Sopranos the entire time.
I would listen to death metal while I was coloring Hero.
That's always good to know.
Yeah,
I'm just it didn't reflect in all the extra red that showed up all the time, you know?
yeah. All the it's like I don't think Hero's all bloody in this scene. Did
I
you
don't
redraw this?
I don't think he gets bloody at all in the
Why is
series.
he sacrificing a baby? That's not what I drew.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
I
All
didn't
right.
do anything to that except try to make it look like an awesome cartoon.
That's right. That's right. You did a really good job. So
I tried.
maybe one of these days somebody will see it.
They will. They
Yeah, I
will.
know.
It's totally doable.
Yep.
It will happen.
Rosie says to Bill, "Oh no, gout is horrible. Hubby, uncle has it, and friends, sweet mom too. Wish I could make it go away for you. Virtual hug." Well, I know Bill appreciates that. That was always one of the
Yeah, I
things
know
that
it's really painful.
yeah, it was always one of the biggest problems when my wife had certain issues with her back and stuff. There was nothing I could do to
Yeah,
help, you know, and it's very
yeah,
frustrating,
it's
you know.
yeah. There's nothing. Yeah, exactly.
But go see your doctor. Whatever he says, do. Whatever he or she says, do it because they're the ones that know and they're the ones
Oh
that can
yeah,
help, you know.
you're gonna have to give up stuff like bacon.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah,
I
high
can't.
in nitrates.
I can't remember the last time I had bacon. To be honest with you, it's
Oof,
been a while.
I love bacon.
Yeah.
It's oh my god, it's so high now.
Tim says he loved the opening music for The Sopranos.
It was good. It was
Yeah,
really good.
yeah. Manuel says, I watch premium videos from Trilogy Media Plus about money mule scammers from Jamaica for for the publishers clearinghouse. Oh boy, I haven't heard of that one. Sean's here. Sean says, hi there. Well, welcome, Sean. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Fearful Mook says, if Avery gives you a compliment, the universe would end. Avery,
Yes.
I think Fearful Milk knows us really well.
Yes.
He's been following the channel and the streams
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a
yeah.
long time.
I do actually give him compliments in private,
He does. He does.
not on air.
Oh, so sad, so sad.
That video though with the Spectrum dude, like he, how stupid was he that he did not catch on that
Oh,
you're
I
just
know.
yanking his chain?
Oh, I
And it's good
know.
to see Herschel get some love. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been. I don't use his name very often, but they still call for him. So
Yeah.
you know, I get a lot of calls for Timothy.
Mhm.
Sometimes they'll throw out a name that I've never recognized before, and I'm like, yeah, sure, that's me. Go for it. Is this Kimberly whatever? And I'm said, yeah, of course. Don't I sound like Kimberly? Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be like, yeah, it is. What do you want?
I don't argue with them when they ask for somebody specific, but
Yeah.
I find it my one of my funniest things. Um, if I get a call and I'm busy and I can't really take the call, especially if it's from Medicare, somebody claiming to be from Medicare,
Uh huh.
I ask one simple question because I know it's going to make them hang up. Who are you calling for? That's it. That's all I ask.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Because
then they panic and they hang up. And so if I'm busy or I can't take the call or I can't screw with them right there and then, I want to get it over quickly. I just ask them that one simple question.
yeah.
And if that question causes them to panic and hang up the phone,
Yeah.
you all out there know it's a
My ex,
scammer calling you.
my ex used to say the same thing.
Yeah.
She just wanted to get it over quickly.
Back to the chat. Manuel says, "Hey, see your Betsy nickname monster in the office." No, she's not in here right now. It's only him. I have the door shut because I tend to get loud, and other people out there watching TV and enjoying, whatever it is they're doing tonight. So she is around. She did give us Manuel. She did give us a scare recently. One evening, we all went out and we came back home and we could not find her, and we were afraid she got out of the house. The entire next day, she didn't come out for breakfast, she didn't come out for lunch, nothing. She came out for dinner. She just walked out and went into the kitchen and just started stretching. And my wife was like, "Oh my gosh, where have you been?" We had no idea where she went. So, but she was in the house the entire time, which is crazy. But yeah, she is a monster, but we love her. Bill says to Rosie's, I've been given steroids to correct it. Okay, well, if that's what's supposed to work, do it. Manuel says, how? Oh, he says, I watched all of your videos Monday on Friday, Saturday, Drew. Oh, excellent, excellent. Yeah. You know what really stinks for me? Avery's like, let me pull out the list. No, 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 no. Because I don't get many scam calls on the weekends.
Uh-huh.
My scam calls for like Saturday have to be something I got over the weekend, which means the same for Sunday. I have to go through my list of videos that I have and try to find something to make into a video for tomorrow. And I've got to have one ready to go for Monday as well.
Hmm.
So it's literally excuse me. Oh, sorry guys. Two videos I got to make where I don't have any new material for the day. Now, granted, like I've told you guys before, I have lots and lots of recordings, but I have to go through them and find the ones that are worth making into a video and sharing with you guys. Some of them,
Hmm.
they're not that great.
Yeah.
They're rather boring, but you string a bunch of boring ones together, and maybe, I don't know. But I try to make them. Avery, I actually had somebody leave a comment on one of my videos
Oh.
that said something along the line of, you really need to keep them on the phone longer and waste more of their time, because if the call ends up quickly, they end up just moving on to somebody else. You need to waste as much of their time so they're not trying to scam somebody else. And all I could think to myself is, this is somebody who has never watched my videos, because that's one of my goals, is to waste as much of their time. And if that doesn't happen, I'm sorry. I'm trying. I really am trying. But it's
Yeah.
like read the comment and I'm like,
Plus, you have a certain time frame you like your video needs to be.
well, I don't worry about that as much, to be honest with you. I would like to get a 10-minute video out of every single one, but if it ends up only being a 4-minute video, it's a 4-minute video,
Yeah.
you know? But it, it's not that I get frustrated by the comment or the comments. I get frustrated by the fact that I know what you're saying, and I'm trying. I really am. I have a year and a half worth of videos on my channel of me doing that exact same thing.
Yeah, it's
So,
like I'm trying to hurt their fifis and waste
and
their time.
sometimes I do. One of the videos, I don't know if you've seen it. One of the videos, I just got frustrated with the guy and started yelling at him. And somebody was commenting and they were saying, "Hey, you're really calm with these people." I and they lose it, and I lose it too,
Uh-huh.
guys. I do. I don't necessarily make that into a video. Um, I literally, Avery,
I
I
remember
literally had
seeing one where you started yelling at one of them, and like you were getting
there's a
mad.
there's been a couple of them, but I had a call, guys. I got to tell you this truth. This is the honest truth. I was sitting here one day. It was the middle of the day. I got a call. I don't remember what the scam was, but the lady was just freaking pissing me off, and I just started going off on her. And it got to the point where I knew what I was saying was bad, and that's
Uh-huh.
not something I normally do. And Mike, who just happened to be over, he came over to do laundry. I didn't even realize he was in the house. Came over and said, "Are you done with that call?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Do not publish that.
Ooh,
You were bad." And I said,
ooh.
"Yeah, I was." So I deleted the recording. But he was like, "Yeah, you went a little overboard on that one." And I'm like, "So guys, it does happen. we're we're all human, and these people are disgusting individuals. I want to say they're disgusting humans, but that might be pushing it. That might be
What, to say
insulting to
that they're
humans.
human?
Yeah, it might be insulting to humans, but
Yeah.
these people don't care. They are horrible, horrible individuals. In 9 out of 10 times, all they want is to take advantage of you and steal from you, and that's it. They're scums of the earth. And
And especially since they knowingly, deliberately target elderly.
yes,
They
yes,
they're
I've
they're
pointed that out
aiming,
numerous times.
and it's like, come on, you scumbag.
Well, that's like the Spectrum scammer guy. He was like, "We're reaching out to our senior citizens to offer them this deal," and I'm like, "Spectrum isn't even in this part of the country or this
Yeah,
part of the state.
yeah.
They don't care." So, all right. Let me get you back up on the chat real quick. There's a lot of activity going on here. I'm so
Yes.
sorry, guys. I don't mean to ignore you. I know pound sign ignore
Abandon
the
the chat.
chat, abandon the chat used to be a thing for me. It's not. I take great pride in the fact that I read all the chats. So I do, Avery.
Okay.
Uh, Bill says, see Bob and Brad's channel. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Kushal says, yes. I'm not sure which question they're answering, but okay. Rosie says to Bill, are they helping? Why do you always give up? Gives a Why do they always give us steroids? I have RA, rheumatoid, and osteo. Okay, in spine too. I'm not good with long words. I had them too long time ago. Wish I could make it go for you.
Well,
Well, hopefully it's helping. Hopefully it's helping him.
steroids can greatly help fight inflammation,
Yep. Yep.
but I don't like them. I don't like to take them. I've had to take them before, and they make me mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oof.
Kashul says you get cramps. It's diabetic. Yeah, I'm fairly certain anything that's happening to me right now is because of my diabetes. So that's just a known fact. But it's something that's new that's happening, so it's a concern,
Sure.
and I will bring it up with the doctor. Don't worry. Justin's here. Hey, Justin76 says, "Who do you got in the Super Bowl?" I've already said it before. We're going Kansas City, just simply because I have family that are Eagles fans. Who, by the way, at my parents' anniversary party, they were woo hooting and hollering and waving their arms, and I guess the Eagles have a song or something, and they were singing it. It's like I don't know what the hell they're doing, but crazy people.
Okay.
Winona's here. Hey, how's it going? Says hey from OKC. Very cool. Welcome to the show. Manuel says Eagles versus the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's right, and I'm going for the Chiefs. Bill says to Rosie, steroids work great, but they are given for short term use, not the same as bodybuilding steroids.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the ones for short term use make me mean.
Yeah, Rosie
I don't.
says,
I don't like them.
Rosie says, another OMG, Andrew, please be careful. Says the person whose doctor told me other folks low iron count is what I should aspire to raise mine to, and BP always too high. It's waving at the space station. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
When it comes to some of my numbers, I try to keep them under control, but
Hmm. Mine are under control now, like pretty low for me. But when I went to the ER that time, and
yeah,
it was like 230 over
yeah.
100 and something. It was like you're about to have a stroke.
Yeah. Rosie says, "Do be careful though, and losing sensation in arm is frightening. Please mention it to the doctor." I am. Well, it's not my whole arms. It's like my hands. Like right now, my hands feel cold, but I have sensation in them. I feel them. I can
But they
move
feel
them.
cold.
Everything's, but they feel a little cold, and that's unusual for me.
That
My
could
wife
be
says,
that could be blood pressure. Yeah.
yeah, my wife says I'm always running hot.
Hmm.
I'm like the electric blanket, you
Hmm.
know, and my hands being cold is unusual for her. So, hey, I got the touch, baby. I got the touch. What can I say?
That could it's circulation or blood pressure.
Yeah.
Sounds like, but not a doctor.
Yeah, no, doctor. Yeah, I'm not listening to you. Casual says, I love The Sopranos. Fantastic. Manuel says, Drew, I still get emails from scammers, but don't work on me. It's very funny. Okay. Well, good. You be careful those emails. Winona says, I just fixed bacon and biscuits and gravy. That sounds actually really good.
Oh, it is good.
Actually, you know what I have? You know what I have in front of me right now?
Mm.
This is a very small piece of pumpkin bread that my wife made for me. Now, the funny part is she drizzled some cream cheese topping on it, and there's a thumbprint right smack in the middle, right on this edge of it. You want to know why?
Huh.
Because as I was preparing to come in here to do the show, my wife brought it in, and instead of leaving it in the middle of my desk, my circle lamp, the circle one was down, so it was horizontal. She put it there, thinking that's where I would see it. Well, when I went to grab the lamp to push it up, I just stuck my fingers right into my. Yeah, I know. Trust me, she and I we're winners together. Okay, man. She put it in a place I would have never looked for it, but when I reached up to move the lamp, I stuck my hand right in it, so I couldn't miss it.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad? Yeah. Rosie says to Bill, yes, they seem to use steroids and they can help. You'd think they could do more to help with all the advances made. And that is true. There's probably something right around the corner. You just haven't gotten it yet, you know? Glenn says, what? Only 22 people watching? You're more popular than that. Hey, I appreciate everybody who comes and watches
Yeah.
because
Sure.
it's just a couple of guys talking for an hour straight about honestly about silly stuff sometimes. So.
Yeah.
But I appreciate everybody who comes in, and I do. You guys are awesome. Rosie says, please hit the like bar or the like everybody like bar. What am I talking about? Like bar? Yeah, there is a like thing. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Hit the button.
Emmanuel says hello to Rosie's Cottage. Says happy Saturday night. Glenn says, have you thought of putting Apple tags on your cat's collars? The cats aren't, none of them are outside cats. They've always been inside cats, which is one of the reasons why I thought it was funny that they were concerned that Betsy had gotten outside. She's never been outside. And no matter how tempting the outside might be, they know where their bread is buttered. They know where their food is. They know who gives it to them. They know who takes care of them. The person who claims not a single cat in this house is the one who takes care of them. Don't let anybody ever tell you anything different.
Yeah. You have to take care of them, and they're not yours.
I know. Damn cats. Rosie says to Manuel, "Hello. How have you been? Not long now till spring, and hopefully lots of sunshine and warmer days." Jeez, we already here in Jacksonville, we already broke a record in January. We had an 84-degree day here in January. Broke a record for maybe it was 87. But yeah. So when it comes to warm days, we're already hitting it. The only thing that's bad is this weekend it's like raining all weekend long.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's which is bad in the fact that people around here forget how to drive when the weather changes. So even just a little bit of rain is enough to make people stupid.
Yeah.
So Manuel says, ha 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 ha. Rosie says, only 36 days till the first day of spring. Really? That's that close? Wow. Time is flying. I was commenting. One of the ladies that I work with, who I rarely ever talk to her unless something breaks, and she reached out to me about something on Friday, and I said, "Hey, I haven't talked to you in forever." And I looked, and the last message she sent me was like in September of last year, and I said, "Hey, haven't talked to you in forever. How's everything going?" She says, "Good, good, no problem." She says, "This year's going by really quick." I said, "I know, it's February already." It's like just flying by. So it's going to be October and November and December really soon. I look forward to those months when it's nice and cooler out.
Yeah, I like it cooler.
Yeah. Manuel says, I like the ones with the donations to firefighters. You asked to who gets the money, the stupid scammers. Yeah. I hate to say it. Any person that calls you, even if it is a valid charity, and there are ones out there. I'm not joking. There are valid charities out there. If you ask very simple questions, who is getting the money? What percentage of the money do they get? They should be able to tell you that and be honest about it. But when you ask them the question, who is getting this money? And they're like, oh, well, that's a complicated question. And that's their script. Their script is not to be able to try to even try to answer that question. You know, it's iffy. You know, there's something wrong. And honestly, if you think about it, if the money they're collecting is going to help politicians, you will never the charities will never be accountable for it. You will never know where that money is going. It's just the truth, and it's scary. And there's people out there that call, and there's people out there who give to charity, to people who call. I've had to. Oh, please, guys! There's 100 different ways to use your money for positive things. If you have money that you're able to spend and contribute to charities, there's 100 of them out there in your local communities that could use it way more than these scammers. You know, part of me just wants to yell and scream and holler at them. Manuel says we have cold weather in Louisiana. Oh well, it'll get warmer soon. Louisiana's is still part of the South, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Like it's cooler up here than it is in Jacksonville. Typically.
That's funny. Tar's here. Hey, Tar, how's it going? Says, I always ask the scammers if they can speak Spanish because my ears don't hear English. That's funny.
Nice.
That's funny. I had one time where I started talking to the scammer and I started using a Southern accent, and they started doing it as well. And I'm like, oh, now this is funny. I don't think the call went very long, so I don't think it was worth making into a video. But the fact that they were trying to do a Southern accent as well was silly, because everybody knows Eugene's he's a little light in the pants. I think Eugene is. He's got a southern accent, but I think he's a very freewheeling guy. So the fact that they might try to copy his accent and talk to him like, yeah, hello. I don't even think I could do it without being Rosie says, yes, that's what I thought. I thought too, Avery. I worked retail and so many elderly come into the store just for company. These scammers use these loneliness against them. It's evil. And it is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Andy says, I'll get mad at them too, Drew. They even spell Timothy on the last time. The last name is Smith. I give them a zip code of Texas, but not mine at all, and they're too lazy to Google it. I actually had you guys may have remembered in, I don't, was it, it might have been the Spectrum call. Yeah, it was the Spectrum call. He was trying to get my social security number, and they said, "Give us the first 5," and I kept giving them 4 digits and saying, "Yeah, I give you 5." And eventually I broke down and gave them 5 numbers,
Yeah.
and the first 3 was 221, and I knew right away that he was going to ask me something about where that number came from. So I just did a quick Google search for social security numbers that start with 221, and found out that it was either Maryland or Delaware is where those numbers were issued from. So he asked me, he said, "Were you born in Maryland?" And I said, "No, I was born in Delaware, but my parents moved to Maryland," or whatever whatever that number begins with is what I told him. And he's like, "Oh, okay." So he was testing me. He
Yeah.
was testing to see if the number I had given him was valid. But I knew he was going to do it, so I was prepared. Anyway, I like screwing with them. You think I've been doing it long enough that I know what they're actually trying to get away with,
Yeah.
you know? So, Bill says that is why the pumpkin bread is called finger food. It is. It is. Actually, this is um I think this was part of a package of pumpkin bread that I bought after Christmas, and it was a good deal. So it was on clearance, so I gave it to the wife, and she made like 2 loaves of it, or she made like 2 small bunt cakes, and then a loaf of pumpkin bread with it. Dude, I'm gonna get fat just looking at it. You know?
I don't like anything pumpkin.
Oh, I'm good with pumpkin. I'm happy with pumpkin.
Ew.
Tim says, my favorite live stream is Dr. K playing piano in the London train station. It happens on early Monday mornings. Really? That's kind of cool. Manuel says, I take my niece's dog. Okay. Rosie says, in Dunbartonshire, rain is the norm. Oh, okay. I wish it, I honestly, I don't wish it rained more here. I wish it was cooler here, but that's not the norm. But that's all right. I did tell my wife I wanted to move someplace where it was cold all the time, not freezing, but cold all the time, and she didn't want to go for it. So she said no. So Rosie says only 315 days till Christmas.
Whew.
So in other words, I got plenty of time to prepare to get you something good for Christmas, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. Glenn says,
I think I know what I'm going to be on the hunt for.
Glenn says, what about using Pig Latin? You know what? I probably couldn't pull off Pig Latin. I know what it is. I know how to do it. I just don't think I could say it quick enough to make it seem like I was actually talking.
Yeah, it would require some practice.
Yeah. And brains. You guys should know me by now. Rosie says, Manuel, you get to be a wee fur baby's uncle. That's fabulous. We've adopted next door kitties. They like to sunbathe in our garden. Too cute. Oh, jeez. You got to be careful of those kittens. They get attached to you, and you can't get rid of them. You know, they don't go away to college like kids do. That's why kids are better. Avery, I was hoping you would say something about
Get
that.
out.
Kids are better. Yeah, get out.
Kids are better. Get the hell out.
Wyona says, regarding
I don't know.
charity,
Kids die quicker.
oh, yes, they do. Stop. You're killing me. Wyona says, regarding charity requests like Salvation Army, I put a few coins in the kettle and hand the cash to the person ringing the bell and tell them that's for them. Oh, that's for you. That's nice. That's very nice. I know a lot of those people, they do that. They do it with volunteers. They don't get paid. So,
Oof.
you know, from time to time, it's nice to, you know, thank them for what they do. You know, Bill says, most of the top scam baiters do live streams while calling scammers. Have you done this? Well, you have to remember all my calls are them calling me. I have thought about it. I have thought about one day when I'm not working the normal job and I'm just able to sit in front of my computer, to go ahead and just start up a live stream and just take whatever call comes in. My only problem with that is, so you guys may notice that sometimes I do have to edit some of my recordings, um, not only for bad words, but for some of the bad things they say sometimes. And I'd be very hesitant
Yeah.
to do that live. You know, most people say you don't want to do a live stream where you don't know what's going to happen, because the last thing you want to do is harm your channel.
Mhm.
And but it might happen one day, just for poops and giggles.
Yeah, you could
We
just
might
delete
do it.
it.
Yep. I thought about doing, like, whenever there's like a holiday, like a Washington's birthday or something,
Mhm.
where I'm not working for the regular job because it's the day off, going ahead and just doing it. But I end up always having something else to do. And one of these days, I'm begging my wife to let me quit my day job, and she says no. I keep asking, she says no. So
You'll get there.
yeah, I know. I look forward to being retired again or doing something else. But Avery, I wanted to tell you, I'm in kind of a predicament
Uh-oh.
at the store. I had a guy come in who I had bought some stuff from previously. Uh, Very much a wheeler and dealer type of guy. I can't remember if he said he was moving or if he was downgrading or whatever, but he had said he had like 40 action figure toys, like the Marvel and DC collectible toys. And he said the majority of them are still in the package, never opened. And he's got a whole bunch of other stuff, like some posters, some skateboards, just comic related stuff.
Mhm.
And he wanted to know if I was interested in them. Of course, I'm always interested in stuff. Well, he sent me some pictures, and I mean, I'm not good with toys,
Yeah.
but I don't mind having them. But he quoted me a price, which was several $100s,
Mhm.
to the point where I don't know if I would go that far, just simply because it's stuff that I'm not. I always have to think to myself, if I had to close the store down today and go completely online, how long would it take me to sell this?
Mhm.
And this kind of stuff would take forever.
Is it like the X-Men toys from the 90s and stuff?
No, no, it's more modern stuff, more
Oh.
modern stuff. But so I'm like, but then here's the sticky wicket. I gave him my number. I said, give me a call, send me some pictures. We'll talk. The plan is I'm going to go over to his place, take a look and see what he's got and see what happens. But I have an idea. I know what he's looking for, and it's doable. But it's like, if a better opportunity came up, I'd rather spend the money elsewhere.
Yeah.
Well, a better opportunity walked in the store maybe 10 minutes after he left.
Yeah.
An older couple came in, and they're in the process of moving, which, if you're moving, you want to get rid of stuff. So I understand.
Sure.
But they said they had 5 bins of comics, including a lot of Silver Age stuff. They're
Uh-huh.
trying to just get rid of because they don't want to move with it.
Yeah.
And I told them, I said, listen, give me they're going to come back in next weekend. I said, give me an idea of how much you're looking for. Give me a ballpark figure and let me see what I can do. With sight unseen, I got to see it first. I'm not going to just, hand you over 200, 300, $500 without seeing what's in there. If it's worth it, I will definitely do it. And then I'm like, crap, if I spend the money that the guy wants for the toys, that gives me a lot less buying power when it comes to
Yeah.
comics. And I'd rather have comics.
Well, that's where you
So
go with what you know and what you're comfortable with.
exactly.
It's
Exactly.
it's just business. I mean, the
Yeah.
toys might be nice to have for stock for the store, but they're probably going to sell a lot slower
Yep. But
than the comics.
here's the other thing. When they come in and they say, I have a bin full of comics, not a box of comics, you get kind of worried. Are these like literally comics thrown into a plastic bin
Yeah,
and not
that's
organized in any way? I mean, there's a risk you take in that.
yeah,
Now, when I bought those comics from Zach, when I met up with him, he had this big plastic black and yellow bin, And when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, Ben!" But actually, all the comics in there were all really good shape.
Yeah.
Everything, there were a lot of them were in
But
bags. Everything,
I've
but
had some comics ruined from those types of bins.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Even they were even comics that were bagged and boarded
yeah.
because those bins are shaped weird.
So the bottom line is, I'm thinking about texting the guy back and say, "Hey, listen, an opportunity came up, and I
No,
may not be able to do anything with you."
yeah,
And let him know ahead of time. Maybe I can go. I can meet you halfway, maybe.
yeah,
But
yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how it all pans
Just
out.
just tell them, you're not certain on the toys.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Uh,
you have to let it pass.
all right, hold on a second. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Manuel says, Drew, what was the video this morning? The video this morning was the charity ones. The funny thing was, is all three of those calls came in the same day. It's like, well, I'm not going to make individual calls. I'm going to put them all together, you know. But it was the firefighters, breast cancer, and veterans. And when you ask simple questions like, "Well, where is this money going?" "Oh, well, we can't tell you that. That's And they tell you they literally tell you it's to help politicians, get politicians elected. And
Yeah,
it's like this which politicians? Now, I'd really like
yeah,
to know because I sit on one side of the aisle over the other. I don't want you giving money to the guy who I know is a piece of crap just because all of a sudden he likes the firefighters.
yeah. And I'm starting to hate them all. I'm just like, oh wait, you're all liars and thieves.
Yeah. Bill says live scam baiter stream can hurt some people ears for sure. Yes, yes, that's true. And for as many calls that I record that I know that I could drop into iMovie, add the intro, add the outro part of the video, process it, and publish it. There's 5 more that I have to go back through and edit something out. Whether it's they confirm my telephone number on the line, or they said something nasty about my mother, or there's something that needs to be edited out. So for every one that's clean from start to finish, there's 5 I got to go in there and do something with.
That are extra filthy.
Well, I haven't gotten any extra filthy ones in a while. There's the one video from like the end of December that the guy went off on me, and I've been cutting it into smaller bits and putting it out as shorts, just because it was so freaking funny. It's the one where the guy, as a matter of fact, my short today was the part of that segment in which he said he was my daddy, and that he scammed my mother
Oh, okay.
and he left her after. Yes, yes. And I told him, I went, "Wait a minute, my mom told me you went out for cigarettes and you never came back.
I'd be like, no,
You're
no,
my..."
that's why I have an OnlyFans.
But I he said some really bad things about my mom, which I bleeped out, of course.
Sure.
Not necessarily because they were bad words, but just the thought of, I mean, come
It
on,
was
that's my
derogatory.
mom, you know?
It's like that's gross.
That
That's
was
not.
my mommy.
Oh my
You
gosh.
insulted my mommy again.
Yeah.
So
They have like third grade insults.
they do. They do. They immediately go for mothers.
Yeah.
The rule is no mothers, no moms. No, 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 no. They go right there right away
Right for your mother.
for your mother.
For your mother.
What? Hold on a second.
He's reaching out for your chair.
Yes, he's trying to get my attention. Hey, buddy. You hungry? You want a snack? He knows. He knows where I keep the snacks in the room in the office. So let me satisfy his need, and then we can get back to wrapping this all up. Here. There you go. All right, leave me alone now. He's funny in the fact that if you walk past him and he wants to get your attention, he will literally reach out and grab you.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Avery, you need a cat.
No.
All right, hold on a second. Let me catch up on.
I wouldn't mind fencing in the yard and getting a dog.
I can see it, but it would have to be a big dog. I know we've talked about this
Yeah,
before.
I wouldn't mind like a German Shepherd.
Yeah. All right, let's see what here. Glenn says, do you deal in any sports memorabilia? Nope, I sure don't. I never got into sports cards or collectibles. I have had some in the past, but I really know nothing about them. Um, Comics, uh, graphic novels, DVDs, Legos are like the main things that I have. I
Yeah.
have a lot of other stuff in the store, but a lot of it is um, that would be him knocking over the thing of treats.
Did it pop open? Oh,
No,
he'd be down there on it.
I got a hard plastic thing so it won't open up if he knocks it over.
But he tried.
I'm smart. Yeah, he tried, but I'm
That's
smarter. I'm smarter than him by slightly. I need to make a new video of me just checking, walking through the store, showing off the store and some of the stuff that's
yeah.
new. But yeah, I never got into sports stuff. Yeah, there's other stores in town that do sports stuff.
Yeah.
They do,
They
but I
do.
never got into it. No,
Yeah.
no.
Well, yeah, I remember back in the 90s, every baseball card shop in Jacksonville started selling comics too, so we would go to some of those also.
Yeah, yeah, but it was never for the sports stuff, was it?
No, no. Because before the big boom in the 90s, they only sold baseball cards.
Yep.
That's all they sold there.
Oh, hold on a
Sports
second.
cards.
Glenn says, look up Nabisco's Ted Williams ring. That's an interesting combination. I don't know. I don't even know who Ted Williams is. I'm sure he's somebody very famous, and I should know, and I feel bad that I don't, but
Uh-huh.
I'm not that bright.
Well, no, that's just where you have a gap of knowledge because you're not big into other
Right,
sports.
right. I was busy focusing on other things. So, matter of fact, my buddy that does the grading stuff came in today, and he was showing me some of the new books that he picked up, like some really nice books. You know the one that has it's Thor, where he's like reaching down like this, and the Silver Surfer's like flying towards him.
Yeah.
He's got a copy of that. He had a copy of the Amazing Spider-Man, where in the story he's underneath all the rubble and the water's coming down on top of him.
Oh, that John Romita. Is that
Yep,
John Romita Sr.? Oh
yep,
my
yep.
gosh.
The issue with the Green Goblin flying, and he's got Spider-Man wrapped around whatever it is, and Spider-Man's got his mask off, so you
Isn't
see
that the
that
death
Peter
of Gwen
Parker.
Stacy issue?
I don't know. I don't know for sure, but it's a classic cover. And he had these, and he's like, we're talking about him sending them off to be graded. And I was talking to him about whether or not these are for him or if he's going to flip these. He said several of them are just for him, several, but he has some that are set aside to once he gets them back, he'll flip them in order to make enough money to pay for the ones that he's keeping. And I go, I understand that. I understand that completely. But you want to hear something funny? You know what he came into the store looking for today?
Yeah, no, that's not the death of Gwen Stacy.
No, no. Okay. Well, you remember some of the comics I was showing last night? How I was telling you guys about one that recently had sold for a whole bunch of money at a 9.8, and I went and looked and found out I had a copy in the store, so I grabbed it and pulled it out. That's exactly what he was looking for today when he came by the store. He was looking for Authority #1.
Aha!
He said, "Do you have it?" And I said, "Yes, I do." He said, "Do you have it here?" And I said, "No, I do not." Said, "I already grabbed it, already pulled it out." So
Yeah, pulled it out.
Stop it. Stop it. All right. Bill says, I wanted to sell all my 60 and 70 vinyl and record players and 8-track player and tapes. I'm thinking about eBay, but have heard eBay is messed up. I used to sell on eBay a long time ago. I haven't done it
Yeah.
in many years because it's you really take risks as a buyer and a seller selling on eBay.
I stopped selling stuff on eBay too, man.
Yeah, yeah. You get
There-
burnt out of dealing with
What?
some of the crap there, you know?
What's that auction app people are like? It's kind of like TikTok, but for like auctioning stuff, especially collectibles.
I know people do a lot of stuff on an app called Whatnot.
I think that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
So look into that maybe.
Yeah, I don't Whatnot is for a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But it all has to do with like building a channel, building an audience and doing stuff. from what I understand, there's some places that they literally just give away stuff in order to have an audience,
Hmm.
in order to sell other stuff later.
Yeah,
So
sure.
yeah, but I've never really hung out there to see what it's about.
Neither
But
have I.
I know stores that do regular live
Uh-huh.
streams in order to get rid of some of their books. So
And I know some people build up Instagrams for that
yep,
purpose
yep,
too. They build up an Instagram around a subject, and then they do claim sales. So they just make generic posts about that subject all day long, and then go, "Hey, I've got these for sale."
yep. And the first person that responds is the one that gets it.
Yeah.
So all right, let me catch up on the chat real quick because we're going to start wrapping things up. Manuel says this month is Mardi Gras, February 21st. Oh wow, I haven't been to Mardi Gras since I was a kid. Well, if you go out, have a good time and just please be safe. That's
Yep.
all
Be
I'm saying.
careful. Yep.
Tim says, I do ask them, how's your mother sometimes? They get angry. You should ask them how my mother is. They all seem to
How's
know
your
her.
mother?
They all seem to know her intimately.
Ew.
It's weird. Yeah, I know. Bill says, when the scammers get mad, they start insulting your family with X-rated quotes. I've heard a lot speak Indian or Hindi or whatever it is, and I'm always like, I wonder what they're saying now. What? What? He's trying to get my attention. Hold on a second. I think he wants out of the room. Let me open the door. Come here.
Okay.
Come here. Get
La,
out.
la, 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 la.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. Ugh. Big Butt needed to go spread his wings and fly. So, let's see here. Rosie says, love seeing the floats at Mardi Gras. Sometimes clips are on YouTube. Everybody all dressed up too. It's beautiful. Enjoy, Manuel. Actually, I've gone to Universal Studios when they have the Mardi Gras balloons and floats and parade stuff go down. That's kind of cool. It's not the same thing, but it is still kind of cool to see all the costumes and the floats and all. I did that.
Yeah, there's probably a lot less chesticles at that.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a little bit more kid family friendly.
Yeah.
So, Bill says that's why I don't have an evil cat. They're all evil. They're all
Yeah.
evil. Glenn says Ted Williams is a famous baseball player. See, I never would have unless there was a movie called Ted Williams. I probably didn't know anything about it. So, oh, here you go. Here you go. This is one Avery can agree with. Rosie says cats are too cute to be evil. Bill, nope, that's not true, is
No,
it?
no, no. All cats are assholes.
Actually, what's so funny? When we got Betsy originally, I was like, "Oh, look how cute this cat is. This kitten is. This
Yeah.
kitten." And
Oh, they're
Avery's the one that
adorable.
reminded me. Says, "Yeah, but they become cats.
Yeah, exactly.
All kittens
Kittens,
become cats."
kittens are so adorable. They're so cute. They're they're little fluff balls of love. Then they grow up to be cats and think they know
Yes.
you.
And you notice that not only did I stop the live stream to go feed treats to that cat, I
Yes.
then got up and opened the door because you guys didn't see it, but he was literally sitting next to me, putting his paw up on my leg, saying, "Hello, hello. I know you're busy doing a live stream, but I need your attention right now."
Yeah. I don't have thumbs. Open the door.
That's right. That's a reason why I keep that door closed sometimes. So.
Yeah.
Manuel says, my niece's dog, he goes outside, he gets treats from me, from his uncle, and I'm good. Okay, excellent. Dogs are great. Get a dog. Forget the cats. Rosie says, how adorable is that wee lamb waiting, wanting attention and reaching out toward your chair? Yeah, well,
One
that's his
snack.
way of saying, that's what's the way of saying, excuse me, idiot. Hello, idiot person. Hello, hello, I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. It got what it wanted, which was the food and dip.
Manuel says, Rosie says, Manuel, that's lovely. I bet he's adorable for his uncle. Bill says, there was a booth in Sears back in the 70s where I could hear the latest music. You ever heard of that? I don't think so.
In the 90s, some of the record stores had little stations here and there where
Oh, didn't
you could select, put on headphones and
put
listen.
on headphones. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. I don't remember booths, but that
Booths. I know it existed. because I've seen it
Yeah.
in movies, and it was like a 70s thing, and maybe even before. I don't know, but yeah. By the time we were teenagers and going out and like really seeing, because a lot of the stores that are in the mall and things, I had never even been in them until I was like a teenager.
Yeah. Yeah. I do remember there was one time I was out driving with Todd, and he had bought a CD from one of the CD stores,
Yeah,
and he was like, "Hey, take me by the." And I said, "Why are we going by there?" He says, "I'm returning the CD." I said, "What do you mean you're returning it?" He says, "Well, I bought it, I burned a copy of it, I listened to it, and now I'm returning it." I said, "What are you talking about? You don't
yeah.
do that." He said, "Yeah, at this store you can return stuff if you don't like it." I was like, "Oh, no wonder CD stores went away."
Oh yeah.
Because there's
Uh,
probably a lot of people that
digi-
did that.
Digital absolute like the internet absolutely put them out of business.
Yeah.
Because you could just burn or legitimately buy anything you wanted that way as a digital file.
Yep. Yep. All right, let me read up the last of these comments so that we can wrap up here. I appreciate everybody who came out tonight, especially Avery, who just comes in and listens to me talk and all. Oh, no, yeah. Manuel says, "Yes, he is adorable. Thank you so much, Rosie." Rosie sends,
Yes, he adores me.
"That's right." Sends smiley faces. Tim says, "I watched your YouTube. I watched a YouTuber with a hairless cat once. Never again."
Oh yeah, those like Sphinx cats that are
Yeah,
hairless. Yeah, they look like little old men.
yeah. Bill says cats are fuzzy wrecking balls. Yeah, yeah. Especially mine. Mine, the one that was in here earlier. My nickname for him is Big Butt because he likes to knock things over anytime he walks into a room.
Yeah,
The
they
fact that
do
he, yeah.
they do that on purpose.
Oh, I know, I know. Anyway, okay, guys, thank you so much for joining this evening. I am so glad to be back on our regular schedule with Saturday night at 8 o'clock. And from now on, if any of my family members say, "Hey, we've got a birthday party, or we've got a wedding or a funeral on Saturday nights," I'm going to tell them, "No,
No,
no, we're live streaming."
I don't care how Meemaw died. I'm not going.
You guys are more important to me than the rest of my damn family. So everybody have a wonderful, safe, happy weekend. If you're going to watch a game tomorrow night, I hope you all enjoy. Go Chiefs. And remember, if you ever get calls like the ones that I have on my channel, either hang up on them or screw with them like I do. I have so much fun doing it, and I would love for you to do the same. Take it easy, everybody.
And Rosie wants to put cats in sweaters and booties.
Oh, what is this? What is this? It says, "Wouldn't hairless cats need tiny sweaters
And
and
booties.
maybe booties?" It says, "No, no, you should go to the family event. Hope you had fun, Andrew." Oh, I have more fun with you guys. Trust me. She says, "Hugs, everybody. Have a fabulous week." You too, guys.
Later, guys.
Good night.